So let's look at the facts while I'm laying here thinking. Scentsy needs new blood, consultants as well as consumers. The current consultants are the consumers. They're used to doing things that are not as technologically advanced on social media, that are not as trendy as social media like TikTok. So it's a smart business move actually to start thinking about, how can we expand our footprint? And with that said, I have watched some of the TikTok influencers. They're not getting any likes. They're not really getting, like views. So I doubt there's getting any sales. There may be a few. It's the secrecy with which this was done, and the fact that if you're an OG Scentsy consultant, you didn't get the breaks that they got. Of course, they're probably not making the commission that consultants are. But, so I think they're trying to go with two classes of consultants, the OGs and the new Gs. Because eventually, the current consultants are going to be phased out because, naturally the trend is going, it's all social media. I think it's going to be a while before that happens, before they can completely depend on the young Gs and social media selling, or that even the younger generation is even going to like Scentsy. When I think about Scentsy and the Disney stuff, Anastasia, that's a throwback. Okay, let's look at the other stuff. Gilmore Girls. That's something that's been gone a long time off of TV. Friends. That's something that's been going a long time off of TV. So they still have stuff that appeals to the current generation of consultants, the OGs, because it brings back memories. They completely rely on nostalgia. Now, I don't know when there's going to come a time when these Gen Z kids are actually going to be able to reflect on anything with nostalgia, because I don't think they're those kind of people. They just weren't reared in the same circumstances that we were. I don't know if this is going to catch on in the Gen Z crowd. But there are a lot of consultants that are currently walking away. And I think, it's going to hurt Scentsy, because they need to be in place in case, or in the interim, until this new system takes off, if it ever does. We can't be mad at the people who got the PR packages. One girl did comment to someone that she had been reached by email from Scentsy. So she knew she was getting a package. The insulting part about the whole thing is not that these people are getting free stuff. Not just that. When the consultants are made to pay for everything. But they're getting stuff that was said was sold out, that these consultants waited for, had people on the waiting list to get. And you're sold out, but then bam, here it is being given away. That's literally, yes, that is literally taking money from the consultants, because they could have sold that warmer. They had people waiting to buy that warmer. So yes, you are responsible for them losing commissions, because you're taking a chance of sending this to possibly get it rolling on TikTok, social media with Gen Z. That was not right. that was not right. If that's what you had in mind, then you should have had that many more made in preparation to send out to the 2025 Scentsy social team. You should have made preparations. But taking from your current consultants to do that, that was wrong. And therein lies the problem. Not these new PR people. Not even so much the products. The fact that, of course, well, no, let me stop there. In Orville's SF4 address, awards night, he did say how people have become entitled. He referenced working in 2012, how everybody was a community, they were a team, they were family. Yeah, because you didn't have social media that's this advanced. Of course you worked together. You didn't have an option. I mean, if you had the option to do it, may not have been available to everyone. So, of course, it may have looked like everyone was working together. To a certain extent, I believe that's true. But we're not in 2012 anymore. We're in 2026. The tide has changed. The tide has turned. Everything is social media. And it's a dog-eat-dog world. So for anyone to expect consultants to be doing the same thing that they did, 14 years ago now? I mean, the day you buy a new car, the day you buy a new phone now, the next day it's obsolete. Come on. I don't think it's capable to... I'm not seeing where Scentsy has the values and the virtues and the core principles and all that stuff that they originally stood for, because a tree is known by its fruit. And I'm not seeing fruit produced that Scentsy claims it has. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean or ugly or anything, but I tell it straight up. Until you get your house in order, you can't go and help somebody else. And Scentsy house has not been in order with their consultants for a very long time. And then you're going to try to persuade the current consultants this is going to be good for them? Well, how so? You think if someone sees these influencers online and wants to buy from them, they're actually going to sit down and say, oh, well, let me see if there's a consultant in my area. Baby, this group that they're going to be appealing to, that they're trying to pull into the buying scene here, they lucky if they can find their toothbrush, brush their teeth in the morning. So you can't go by that. They won't even know that consultants even existed for this. So I see the business strategy. It makes sense. Some changes have been made along the way that have soured people. And a lot of things have been said that have completely turned people's stomachs. So again, we're seeing a mass exodus. That's where I stand on it. You don't have to like it. You can have your own opinion. I respect you have your own opinion. But I feel that's where we are. Smart business strategy. Very, very poorly implemented. Detrimentally implemented, if you ask me. But y'all have a good night. Smooches.